What is up, guys? So it is super early here on Thursday morning, and I'm making this video as I've made many videos like this. I've done lots of content on this specific topic. You've already seen the thumbnail, you've already seen the title, but I had a guy who reached out to me who essentially him and his friends were drugged and robbed in Cartagena recently. So he reached out to me on Instagram, and I just want to give the next part of this video a little bit of context so it's not just random. But he and his friends essentially met some girls in Cartagena in the basically clock tower area and brought them back to their apartment. As of course, we all say, you need to be careful, you need to watch your drinks. And this guy expressed to me that, they knew that, but they decided to still be essentially kind of reckless, shall I say, in my opinion, with the supervision of these girls. Now, where the next part of this video is essentially starting is, he reached out to me. I told him, hey, if you have, some stuff that you can send me, police report, any information you can send me, I will do my best to make a video and put this out and try to help bring, more awareness to it. Not that there isn't a million pieces of content out about this type of stuff already, but for some reason, you guys continue to ignore, the content that people are putting out about getting drugged and robbed and dealing with certain type of women. And I've said it many times before, you do not make exceptions to the rules. Once you know what the rules are, things you don't do, don't go to random places with people you don't know. Don't leave drinks unattended. Stop inviting random girls back to your place without knowing them properly. But of course, there's always going to be guys coming here for that specific reason of meeting and entertaining women, as long as there are airplanes flying to Colombia. So sometimes these efforts feel like they are falling on deaf ears, but nevertheless, this is going to be another video about it. So the next part of this video is around midnight last night, where we got on a phone call and essentially he told me his story. So here it is. Why do you think that?
Cause they returned the next morning when we got up. Obviously, the Airbnb called the police, whatever, and they returned. They said, "Oh yeah, they find some girl last night with some with a bag of stuff." So when we go to the police station now, and they're all like laughing, and like it's like 30 of them just waiting. Know what I mean? And they're all laughing and stuff like that, and they return some stuff, but they never return everything. They like the jewelry and all that stuff. They only return like slide and the wallet with the ID, but not with the money inside the wallet and stuff like that.
Yeah, of course.
Yo, I never seen anything like that in my life, dog.
Okay, so just so I'm trying to note all this down. So around what time did you guys went out and you met the girls?
It was early on, like 7.
Damn. Okay. Around.
Time, like 7, 9. And we'll probably get back to the crib with like 9 o'clock.
So were they in a club or were they on the street?
It was on the Wall Street.
Okay. So were they? Was it 5 girls that were all together, or was it just kind of 5 random girls that each guy kind of picked out?
Nah, what happened is the girls would pick up like one and she called her friends.
Okay. Yeah, that's where that's still bad.
Yo, I've never seen anything like that in my life, though. My only thing is, if this, like, I don't mind give you the story, but I cannot be like my face and stuff like that. I got a wife and kid, know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I understand that. I'm not trying to, put anybody on blast as far as your, face or anything like that. Did anything get back, back to your wife or kid? Like nobody found out back home?
Nah, because we were drugs, because, like, even I had my wife and all that cards was swiping, and she blowing me up. Everybody drugged out. We don't know nothing. And when we finally, like, wake up, and that's when, like, they even take our phones and everything. There's security there, Airbnb, and one of our guys, like, got up before us and went upstairs checking up on us with the security and all that stuff. And that's when everybody, like, tried to figure out what the fuck happened. And that's when the security guy called the police, and we went to the station. And that's when we got our phones.
Oh, so they had the phones there.
Yeah, they had the phones there too.
That's
And they put everything on airplane mode.
Yeah, that's crazy that so the girls took the stuff and then somehow
Everything.
randomly got caught. And
Yeah.
yeah, because that hardly ever happens. At least here where I am in Medellin, like
Mhm.
once you get drugged and robbed, it's very very rare that the girls get caught or like they end up recovering the stuff, anything at all, because a lot of these girls tend to work with, you know, syndicates or like a gang or of guys or something like that, and they usually pick them up, and once they get your stuff they leave and they go to wherever they're going to go, and they figure it out from
Nah,
there.
we better in the hand, bro. We know what's up. We watch all you guys' videos, so we
Hmm.
know what's up. So that's what I'm saying. The cops so involved in this shit, bro. It's like they even like texting. One of my homeboys had one of the cops' number, but this whole time he thinking like that's like a investigation or something. Cause we
Yeah.
went to the one of them, like police station, whatever. And the guy was trying to like negotiate with him, but everything was not clear. You know, when you drugged up and you're still not in your right
Yeah.
mind,
Yeah.
and we had to catch the flight the next, like literally the same day when we wake up. Because Spirit was fucked up. We was in Spirit, and Spirit for some reason shut down. So we was catching flight. We were scheduled to catch like 3 flights to get back to Miami.
Okay.
So we didn't even have time even to even like stay. All we did just do the police report, whatever, and just did.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
we didn't want to get stuck there. We're just looking at it like damn, it's a loss. So fuck it. I mean,
And you guys had your passports, those didn't get
yeah,
stolen?
they left that.
Okay.
Yeah, they left that for some reason. They left that. They left the passport. They even sent the passport to the police. They give us the passport. Everybody had the passport for some reason.
And what's the last thing you remember?
Just like take a sip of drink. That's it.
Damn. Okay. All right. So what I'm gonna do is there's a couple other guys. One of the guys I know, he has an account called Medellín Unseen, and he has a much larger following than I do. So I'm gonna hit him up and kind of explain the story and the stuff that you're sending me as far as like their IDs and stuff. I'll send it to him, and then there's one other guy who's an expat that's living here in Medellin. His content has been shifting more towards this type of stuff. So I'll reach out to him as well and see if he'll do a post. Majority of the people though that follow our type of content tend to be more so people that are coming here to Medellin, but in general, people that are come here, they'll go to Cartagena as well. So I'm pretty
And you know what's crazy, bro? Like before I cut you off, like one of the down, right? My homeboy had her number, and she still don't block him. She's still texting him like, "Oh, the cops have everything and all that," and it's like she was part of it, but it's like they force her to do it. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she keeps saying like, you know, they're threatening her family and stuff like that. And even the cop texts him talking about like they find the girls, but all the girls already left the city.
Wow.
It's wrong. Yeah, how come you find the girls with a bunch of stuff and none of the girls locked up?
Yeah. Exactly. There was a video that just came out. I don't know if you follow the YouTuber Obiland. He just put out a video about, you know, somebody who got drugged and robbed out here in Medellin, and supposedly the girl was in jail. So I'm part of a WhatsApp group that kind of does like a Tinder watch, and they're constantly looking out on Tinder to see if any of the previous girls that have gotten caught before show back up again. And this girl that was in this video who got caught for drugging and robbing this guy, and this was literally recently, and supposedly like the cops took her in jail and all that stuff, and it's supposed to be, you know, up to like a 5-year sentence or whatever for what she did, because the guy wanted to press charges. Her profile popped up back on Tinder again. So
wow.
You know, it's
yeah,
like,
but they're all working with them cops, but I'm telling you. And when my homeboy texted the cops, like, yo, I know the police, I know your police have the rest of the stuff, like the jewelry and stuff
of
like
course
that,
they do.
and the money. And the cops was like, oh, how dare you talk, blaming the uniform like that? We have your data, we're going to report you and stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the unfortunate thing, man. It's like you got to just take that L at that point, because be lucky you got back whatever you got back, and that's it.
Not even that, yeah. Like you're not overdosing, something like that.
Because I saw the picture you sent me. It, you know, essentially it showed like a bank account with some charges, but you know, at least it doesn't look like that your account or whoever's account it was like completely cleaned out. Because I've heard stories of people getting like their entire bank account cleaned out, cryptocurrency cleaned out, credit cards maxed out, because they're.
Bro,
go ahead.
But no, I'm just saying, like, that's just like for mine. I mean, imagine they got like 5 bank accounts. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
And I'm not even sure if my homeboy like want to cooperate what I'm doing with you, but it's just like this shit like damnly fucked up. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just crazy, but I don't want nobody else like go through this shit. It's like, bro, you wait, but they even take your earrings, bro. Like
earrings too.
Like yes, clothing like short pants, like literally like stupid clothes, short pants, t-shirt, and all that. But I've never witnessed anything like that, bro.
You know, I think there's definitely going to be people that are going to be like, well, you know, like you guys kind of know better, you know, like.
Yeah, I get it.
You know, like, oh, well, you kind of knew what you were getting. Not exactly. Like I always say, regardless, whatever you know, you come down to Colombia to have a good time, whatever it is, but it doesn't mean that you know, this type of stuff should happen. Like if you were to go to the Philippines, you don't got to worry about this. You know, you don't, if you go anywhere else, Mexico, whatever, you know, it's like you don't got to worry about this type of stuff. But it's the reason why we all try to put out this content as much as possible. And the same guy that I was talking about in this Obiland video, he did the same thing. Like he heard about guys getting drugged and robbed on Tinder, and still decided to go on there anyways and try to find something. And you know, that's what ended up happening with him. And you know, it sucks. And first off, I want to say I'm sorry this happened to you. I can't even imagine, you know, how it feels or what you're going through. And I'm gonna definitely try my best to try to spread the word and put it out, just so other people, you know, kind of get the word. But you know, the thing that sucks is like just with ID pictures, a lot IDs here in Colombia, they're good for like 10 years. So if those girls took those pictures 8 years ago or 4 years ago, you know, they may not look the same. So it may be hard.
I don't. This the country is so corrupted, bro. I don't even think like that's the real name on the ID. To be honest with you,
it probably isn't. A lot of those girls, the girls who are drugging and robbing people, often they're using fake IDs. The ones who aren't, they're usually using their real IDs. So yeah, more than likely it isn't. And or what I would say, what maybe even happened, did your Airbnb have 24-hour security?
Yes, they do, but it's just like the inside they don't. And like I said, we were so out of it, like we was worried about like catching a flight. We just like, man, fuck it, we take the L. We got to get back home. We didn't even ask when we were checking out. We didn't even ask the lady like, can you show us the footage like from the night before? Let's say when they're leaving the place, at least, right?
Yeah.
Because they don't have a camera from the inside. They have it like right there by the door, so people coming in, people coming out, you could see. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We didn't even ask for shit like that, though. It's like, but we're just like so glad, like we're getting home and get away from fuck shit. We got kids, we're corporate guys, know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but this is we're just so lucky to be alive. But like any of us had a like medical issue, I mean, been drugged out, we could have just died.
Yep. And it happens far too often here because they misdose, and they don't know based on your height and weight how much to give you. They just squirt a certain amount in there and hope it works. So yeah, I mean, the good thing is you're alive. Everything that was lost can be replaced, and it's a.
They got my jewelries, bro. Like my jewelries are like expensive as hell, but yo, like when we do the math work between all five of us, bro, they have like jewelries over like 40,000-50,000 between the five of us. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we just like, yo, we take the L. It is what it is, because we don't want to put ourselves in that predicament, and we just bounce back. But that place, I don't think I would ever go back to this country, dog. I ain't gonna lie.
You know what? I'm gonna say this. Like, I don't blame you, but I'm gonna say this. Like, obviously, I'm someone, I've been living here 3 years, and I've never been drugged or robbed. And of course, it's because I live here. I'm dealing with different type of women than someone who's just coming here for the weekend. And I'm not trying to judge anybody. I'm not saying I'm better than anybody or anything like that. It's just when you are dealing with those type of women, it's the reason why everybody puts out all these posts and stuff, and they talk about that. And obviously, if you decide, all right, I'm going to go to Colombia, you understand the precautions you have to take as far as to kind of keep yourself safe. And then on top of it, it's like bringing jewelry to Colombia, which you don't really need to do. Because you ain't really going to be able to wear it.
Honestly, I see what you're saying. We're not like, we've been to Medellin. We are, before all them allegations coming out about Medellin, we go there back and forth, straight. But for some reason, bro, got the end of it's like dangerous as fuck, dog. I know, yo, that shit is dangerous, dog. It's like the police is corrupted as hell, but you come to a point, bro, like we just try to peep game, make it seem like when you're on the wall, like the Wall Street and stuff, it's like downtown, right?
Yeah.
But every female you talk to, bro, the cops, after like good 30 seconds, you walk away, and the cops went to check the girls, asking for the ID and stuff like that.
Wow. Okay, that's crazy. Yeah, I sent you my email. If you can send me, copy of the police report, I'll screenshot that, also included in my video, and put it out there. Usually anytime anything comes up around drugging and robbings, they tend to get a lot of engagement, which means they not necessarily go viral, but they get a lot of views on them. So, I'm pretty sure a lot of people will.
Nah, I got you, dog. Like this shit, I got you, bro. It's just like me, I don't, you know what I meant to man, though. I just don't want to be my face being involved in that shit. Know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I'm not going to put your face on anything. I'll just talk about what happened, throw some pictures up of the IDs, and the police report, and make something just to put the information out there.
Yeah, just to be careful, dog, because I'm telling you, this shit is real. But I've never seen it. I never felt anything like that. But when you say when you're knocked up, bro, you just wake up the next day like,
yeah,
whoa, what happened? And it was not even like drinking like that. You know what I mean?
Yep. And
So,
the crazy thing is everybody says one, be careful with the type of girls that you want to entertain. Two, you want to make sure that if you are drinking around girls, it's you're not leaving your drinks unattended, and you watch your drinks, because that's almost 10 times out of 10 this is generally where it happens. There's the occasion, just so you know for the future as well, that is very possible that they can put it in food as well. It's not just in alcohol. So there was an influencer a while back. He ended up moving to Thailand after it happened to him, but he ended up getting drugged and robbed, and the girl put the shit in his food, and almost cleaned him out. And he was lucky that his maid actually came, to clean the apartment the next day, because if she didn't, he would have just been laying there for, who knows how long. And she actually got him to the hospital and helped him out. But, luckily in you guys' situation, it wasn't that bad.
nah, it wasn't. And it just like my girl, she's a nurse, and like she, a girl have the instinct, like, nigga, there's no way it should happen in you while you were just hanging out with your boys. It had to be like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the girls involved.
Mm-hmm.
And she tried to do all this digging about like the drugs they use over there to get people like that. She even found like, bro, they have like a patch they could just put next to you, like next to your neck type thing. Just like hugging you.
Yeah.
Just
stick it
put
on
it on you, and you gone.
Yeah.
Like what? Nah, man. That's crazy.
That's crazy. Yep. But nah, man, I appreciate you sharing your story with me. I sent you my email. Whenever you get a chance, shoot me the police report, and I'll try to put something together for social media to, put that out there. And like I said, I'm gonna send a message now to a couple of the other people I know that cover this type of stuff, and hopefully they'll make something as well to put it out there. So between all of us, hopefully it'll get enough traction to get some attention of some people.
Nah, definitely, man. Cause that place, it ain't safe. Trust me, that shit is over with.
Yep. All right.
All right, brother. I keep in touch,
All right,
like
man.
I say, bro, like, man to man, not wifey and stuff like that. You don't want your face to be on shit like that.
Yeah, of course. Like I said, I'm not putting any pictures of you. I don't even have any pictures of you. So, but I'm not gonna post anything about you. I'm just gonna post about the story, and that's it.
All right, brother, and I'll send you the email later.
Okay, perfect. All right, man. All right, so if you've made it to the end of this video, the purpose of this video is not to make fun of anyone. It is not to place blame, regardless of whatever the story is. Now, what I want to do with the end of this video is to reiterate or go over some things for you guys to stay safe. So, number one, if you are coming to Colombia, not just Medellin or Cartagena, stay off of Tinder, stay off of the dating apps. Now, in this situation, these guys did not meet these girls on Tinder or on any dating apps. They met them in person. But I will say, if you are coming here to indulge in that type of entertainment, and you guys know what I mean, go to a specific establishment where they will host, or they're able to host you, and you can do whatever it is that you do in that establishment, and you leave. You do not bring girls back to your apartment or Airbnbs. Secondly, if a girl ever says, can I bring a friend, or can I bring my friends, that is always going to be a hard no, or leave them alone. You cannot monitor more than one girl, so please don't try to. And in this situation, there was 5 guys with maybe 6 girls. trust me, you cannot monitor everyone. People are moving around. There's too many elements going on for you to keep track of. So just alleviate it and don't try to. And lastly here, always stay in a place with 24-hour security. Now, these guys sound like they were staying in a place that had 24-hour security, but apparently they didn't because, you know, these girls were able to just walk out without any issue. So that is my safety tips, and that is the end of this video. Guys, please stay safe when coming to Colombia. Be careful with who you decide to give your energy to and who you decide to entertain. With that being said, that's it for this video, and nos vemos en la próxima.